I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to come into the room. I know usually YouTube does not let you guys know right off the bat, but I got to go ahead and start only because for those who are going to come and look at the replay, I'll get the reading started. All right, so let's go ahead. So Virgo, what we're going to do, we're going to start with this oracle deck today. We're only going to use one oracle deck today. We're not going to use multiple because I want to use majority of the tarot. Okay, and however, I'm going to use this deck and one spiritual card. Okay, so we're going to see what's going to come out here for you, Virgo. Hey, everybody. Hello, beautiful people. I'm going to put my foot in this reading, y'all, because I'm not going to be on tomorrow or the next day, I don't believe. No, that's not true. Definitely not tomorrow. So I'm going to put my foot in this read. You guys may get 2 readings today. Okay. This is your general course. If I do another one, it'll be a love reading. All right. Let's get it. Let's pull one card. One card. I know we want more. One card. Okay. Let's see. This is for Virgo. Let's see. Let's see. Virgo, the plastic. At the bottom of the deck, it says the secret keeper. Y'all already know I can't see worth a damn. Like when it's like this, I can't see. So I have to go off to the side so I can see it. I'm going to read it in a minute to see what it says. But here it says the plastic. Allow yourself to be more authentic and differentiate your internal motivations and external influences. I don't want to say that Virgos are phony, because Virgos are not phony. You know, some people who could actually like pretend very well. You never know that they didn't like you. You never know that they felt some type of way. You know how some people say, oh, we can see it in your face. I feel like you could be putting up with something, or you guys have been dealing with something. This is a future card. I can tell you. I can tell you it's future. Okay, because these cards right here can stretch out pretty far. So this is something that you guys need to heed to in the future, Virgo. And you want to know what it's saying? It's basically saying that you guys are dealing with something and you're not being truthful to yourself. Now, when we pull the tarot, we're going to find out what that means. And I know, I know you may be like, well, yes, that's not true. I always keep it real. I always like let everyone know how I feel. I tell people how I feel. I'm saying that you may be put in a position that you are not going to be your authentic self. Well, I'm not saying it. That's the card that I pulled. I also feel that for some of you that there's a possibility that some of you guys may be getting some type of work done. I see this a lot with a certain sign. I'm not going to say what sign I saw this with. Like two years ago, I saw this with like another sign, and it was so true. But there could be some, you guys may be doing some kind of work, and outside of actual procedures that you may do, like cosmetically, you may be changing some stuff up. But I feel like if we're going to like levels, if we're going to like a level, like some of you guys are going to get some type of plastic surgery, you've been thinking about it, you know, it could be lip injections, it could be actual surgeries, that type of thing. I do feel like your outer appearance is going to change. Like I said, it's not going to be, you know, to the extreme like some people. Some people are going to be like, listen, baby, I want to do whatever I want to do. Okay. Others, it could be just exercising, lose a few pounds, that type of stuff. Changing your wardrobe, changing your hair, that kind of thing. But either way, that's what I'm saying. That was the first card. That's the only card I'm gonna pull, by the way. We got too many cards here. This one's saying you are not being real. Don't come for me. I didn't say it. Now at the bottom of the deck, it says, this is the secret keeper. Now this could be a part of the reason why that card even came out to begin with. Here it says, secrets are being kept hidden from you. Move in silence and observe your surroundings at all time. Now this is not to make you paranoid. Who are you around? Who are you around? I said this the other day. I think I said it to Sagittarius. I think either Sagittarius or Taurus. I believe I said this too. I said sometimes people believe that because you're smiley or you nice or that you're nice that you can't pick up cues, or that you don't know that they full of crap. Okay. Now, for a lot of you, you do it very well. You're very well at being able to pretend. Maybe that's the part of the being inauthentic. But this time, it's just saying that there's something in general that you just need to make sure you take heed to. I feel like, again, like I said before, I already know when it comes to friends, when it comes to coworkers, y'all don't have no issue with cutting people off who are trifling. You don't have any issues with that. The issue come in with love. And that is what I feel like could happen, because some of you guys are going to pretend that you don't see it. You're going to pretend that it's not a big deal, which, I mean, for some of you, it could be that way. You may be just like, I don't care, right? But we all have a personal constitution that we live by. Like one Virgo, may say, I don't give a damn and I just want to, deal with different people. And you may have another Virgo that's like, no, I want to be in a monogamous relationship. I don't want to pretend that it's okay that we're not in a committed relationship. You get what I'm saying? A lot of you are going to be faced with that thing. And I feel like it's going to be mostly in your relationships. All right. Look at this. Look at the bottom of the deck. Y'all won't think, look at that. What does that say? The Romeo. Just saying. I said I was going to pull one card of the spiritual and then we're going to get into the tarot. You guys already know I get real excited. I get really excited when I just do the tarot. Oh, this came in the upright. I thought that this was going to fall in reverse. This came in the upright, y'all. This is how it flipped. You saw it on camera. You did have this, though. You had the nostalgia. We'll read that in a minute. That was in reverse. When you release the need to know every step, this is so true. This is so true. Oh my God, this is so true. When you release the need to know every step, the path reveals itself to you. Okay? Let today unfold without expectations. Practice openness by moving forward one moment at a time. I know, and this is interesting, and I say that I know that this is true because, some people need to know every single detail down to the T. Now, I'm a reader. I can actually, pick up on things, right? I mean, I would hope that you guys would trust me with that, right? Even with myself, I've learned that I don't care. I learned to go with the flow. Okay? Especially knowing astrology, you're going to experience what you're going to experience anyway. Some things you can get guidance on, some things that you can know. But I do know that there has been, when I've done readings, there was always like, can you tell me what this person does? Or what type of shoes they have on, what type of job they're, and I'm like, y'all, no. I don't know all of that. I can't tell you all of that. And I'm saying serious things that I would know. I don't even go into details. So what this one is saying, I love it. It says, what? It says, let things unfold without expectations. If you know that I've read for you and I said, oh, you got somebody that's serious coming up in here, that's all you need to know. Okay? Because I feel like some things that you could be experiencing in general, just in general, right? Somebody's laughing because yes, I've done that to them, right? Because some things the universe wants to surprise you guys with. I actually told you guys that's in the comment section right now. I've told you, I was like, that I know, but why won't you let the universe surprise you a little bit? Why would you want somebody to tell you that you're going to get married? You want your person to surprise you, right? Why would I ruin that for you? Okay? I have my ways of telling you, but I don't have to tell you. You get what I'm saying? Now here it says, this is what was in reverse. This says, clinging to the past may be preventing growth. Embrace the now. That's interesting because this card literally almost says the same thing. Let today unfold. Let today unfold This one literally says what? Embrace the now. I get that there's this thing where, I mean, for a fact, right? For a fact, you got to know certain things, true. Even that could be a little addictive. Okay. Money, I know. You need to know that. I know you need to know that. But other stuff, I think you need to chill out on. Okay. Especially if you know certain things. Here it says memories shape emotions. Reflecting on the past can bring comfort or lessons. Honor past experiences, but stay present. Find joy in old memories without getting stuck. Now, this is some people's issue. I'm not really sure what that will be referring to. This can go all the way back to childhood. Like, and I'm being for real with that. I mean, it could go literally all the way back, right? It doesn't have to be anything that you've experienced right now. For some of you, it is like, oh, man, 3 years ago, that's when I got hit, right? Like, man, I got hit with all types of stuff. The universe was just throwing stuff at me. Here it's like now the road is open. And I like that because that is literally saying that there has been struggles. If there has been obstacles in your way, it's not there anymore, or at least it won't be. Let's get into my favorite part. Let's get into the tarot. No words on these cards because you guys already know I go back to the basics. What I'm good at. And I'm going to be just using these cards, which are very hard to shuffle, by the way. I apologize about that. I'll do it on camera so you can see it. This is for Virgo. However, I'm not going to do reversals. I don't do reversals with these cards. Here we go. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. That's kind of nasty. 5 of Cups, Virgo. Ooh. Well, some of you guys have been spending money that you definitely regret spending. Or you will. You're like, oh, yes, that's not true. That's not true. We already talked about that. I already got that like settled. I already got that like down pat. I already know I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. All right. All right. But I do see that there is some kind of like, spending money. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be something random. Okay. It could be like random spending. But I am seeing that. And I don't think a lot of you guys can afford it. I think you need to be very careful about what you spend at this time. I'm not saying that, you're out here eating corn every day. You guys remember my story when I said I first got married? I was real young though. I was only 19. And I was like, we were working, but we had a lot of bills. Okay. And like we had like corn for dinner for like 4 days. Okay. So I'm not saying that you guys have been at that place. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when it comes to your finances, there are some adjustments that you probably need to make. And we're going to see a little bit further if this has something to do with maybe getting a new job or if there is going to be something new in your future, but that doesn't talk about that right now. This card is saying what you are feeling financially because of possible mistakes, mishaps, or overspending. That is what this card is basically saying. I want to talk about love with each card as well. There is a disappointment and regret, right? Because that's what this card is, but there's something else here. I kind of feel like I feel another person that isn't your person. And I feel like there has been other people who have gotten in the way, and I can't say that it's sexual. I can't say that because it's like, it could be because that's mostly what it is, but I can't say that it's only sexual because I kind of feel like there could have been other people who have gotten in the way. I know kids sometimes get in the way, right? But I feel like it's an adult. This is not a child that has gotten in the way of your love. I feel like this is an adult person. It could have been someone who was a mother, but this person was kind of nasty. Or, your person was with this person because they are nasty. It could be like that. We got to look at it that way, right? Maybe they went somewhere else because the person was sexually explorative. So I do see that there's an energy of another person with this Five of Cups. So you are in this like sadness, or you have been, or just a disappointment. But I just, because, but you are aware of this other person. So this is what I'm saying with the Five of Cups. This is more so of awareness of somebody else. This is not like somebody told you. This is you being aware of it. Okay. I mean, they could have told you. I don't know. They could have. Maybe that's the reason why you're pretending here with that Five of Cups. I mean, with that plastic. Could be. Could be. Especially if you're married. Like if you're married or in a long term, like, you know, some people know that their person isn't being faithful, but they're like, they got to put on a smile. They got to pretend that everything is okay, right? Especially if you have kids, you got to pretend that something is, you know, that it's not as bad as it is. But I do see that there's been some sadness here with this Five of Cups, more so disappointment from what it looks like to me. Outside of relationships, I do see that there is someone in general in your energy. I mean, it feels like a little jealousy here. I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling. There's something in your future. But I do see that there could be someone that could be jealous of you. And you're like, Virgo, you're probably like, what? I'm in the Five of Cups energy. Okay? Why are they jealous of me? I kind of feel like that's future. I feel like that's a future energy. There's a reason why. It's going to come out. I got a feeling. You got the Three of Wands here. Now, you guys already know Three of Wands is very much so an expansion card. I love it. And what did I say last time this card came out? I love that they, you know, drew this to the fact that you can see the boat. The boat is not so far out. It's right there. It's right there. So you guys are in expectation of something, which is the reason why this card said what it said. It says, let today unfold without expectations, even though you know. Even though you know there are certain things that are coming your way, you are certain of it. And you can see it or you can feel it. There's a sense there that you know it's on its way. There's really nothing I can say with this. I love that this is general because, again, I think I said this yesterday, that for a lot of you, it's going to be different for everybody. Like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a job? Are you waiting for someone to call you back about the house that you were looking at? Are you, waiting for a spouse? Are you like, what are you waiting for? And it's going to be different for everybody. But that thing that you've been waiting for is like, it's just right there. It's right there. It's right there, Virgo. But financially, I would definitely say that there's some type of expansion here with this Three of Wands. Now, dare I say, I know you're probably like, well, how do you see that? There's a decision that you're going to be needing to make in the future. Yeah. It is about a job opportunity. Yes, that's part of the work and career and finances. But then there's also something that you're going to have to be making about a relationship. And I'm kind of wondering why you're thinking. Now, pay attention to this person. This person is looking back. Now I know why that nostalgia card came out. I literally was like, did anything come out here that talked about the past? Not here, but it came out here. Almost forgot it. But I saw it and sensed it with this card. Because this person is looking backwards. Now, see, you're going to be at a place. Like I said, it doesn't have to be this year. You will be facing this in the future where there's going to be something from the past that is re-emerging. Okay? And I see that you're going to have to make a judgment call. Now, here with the Ten of Swords, this is something that was very hurtful, very painful. Something that, truly, it's like you fell on your face here. Now, this could be a friend, not necessarily a lover only, okay? This could be someone in general that you haven't talked to, but there was pain involved, there was sadness involved, there was disappointment involved, that type of thing. Here with the Ten of Swords. But we're going to get to the love portion. And like we said, it was a love portion. It was a love portion. It could have been betrayal. Or what they said that could have been pretty hurtful. Definitely with the Ten of Swords. I would say not even pretty. I would say that it was very hurtful. But I see that there is someone here that is, looks like they're going to, I don't know how, but it looks like you're going to have to make a decision. about something from the past. Someone from the past. Could have been this person. Someone who had a secret. The Romeo. I like the fact that these two cards came out, the divine feminine and divine masculine, because no matter who you are watching this is going to hit you either way. Okay? Let's go ahead. Let's get your next card. This is going to be for Virgo. Let's see what's coming out here for Virgo. Virgo. Oh, sorry. I didn't do it in front of the camera. My bad. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ah, that's crazy. Because I just said you had to make a decision, right? Interesting. Okay, let's go. We'll get to that in a minute. It's interesting. I literally just said that someone from the past is wanting to come back, and the next card that came out was the Seven of Wands. And we're actually really like, we're like seeing like maybe how bad it was with the Seven of Wands, because this is a very defensive stance, y'all. This is pretty, like, y'all are definitely on guard with this one. Now, usually, you know, you could say that maybe this could have been someone that you blocked. This could have been someone that blocked you. I mean, it just, I'm being for real. I just got to be honest here. It could have been either or it could have been someone who was very defensive, not open emotionally when it comes down to love, that type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But we know that you were bumping heads, which is the reason why this card, we're only paying attention to the picture, not the meaning of the card. Yeah, it's someone that you most likely walked away from, you were bumping heads with. Someone that you could have blocked, definitely. Let's talk about your money for a second. It's been scrappy. You know how like it's like you kind of scraping those pennies from the bottom of that jar in your room. I'm telling you, you guys you've been having some, you know how you have those big old, you know, piggy banks. You've been scraping, okay? You've been scraping. Anytime I see this, because you know this little thing is hitting the ground, by the way. And for some odd reason, I heard it scraping the ground. So it's like, you've been scraping, y'all. Y'all been scraping. But I love the fact that the Seven of Wands is saying you're still going to stand strong. That's right. Financially, it ain't been popping. It has not been cracking, y'all. It has not. Not with the Seven of Wands. It has not been good. But this is good because you're able to sustain yourself and to hold yourself up against the opposition, the obstacles that you've been experiencing. That I can tell you. You had other cards here, even at the bottom of the deck when I was pulling earlier, that I did see that. It does talk about being more so responsible when it comes to your money. Yeah, you spend some things that you may not necessarily want to spend, but I feel for the most part, you're doing pretty well. And I do believe that you're going to do pretty well, you know, even to the point where you're going to improve, or your money is going to improve. But yeah, it's another card here, y'all. Yeah, it's another card. It's not the best, okay, when it comes down to finances. We're going to get back to the love portion. I think I pretty much said everything with the love here with the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands could also say that you're, you know, if someone is trying to communicate with you, especially we were talking about the person from the past, we did have nostalgia, you are standing your ground. This could be a literal card for no. That could be what it is. No. Boundaries are set. No one is going to be able to cross those boundaries. It's literally a no card. Okay? We're only telling you what you're going to experience. We're not saying that you're going to end up, you know, somewhere, you know, feet well in the air. We're saying that there's a possibility for someone who's going to end up coming back up in here, and how you respond to that is going to be up to you. It's going to be different for everyone who is watching. Let's get your last card. This is going to be for Virgo. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You even had the magician at the bottom of the deck. Stop playing with me. See, I knew it. I knew it. Remember when we talked about that here? When I said, and there's nothing on here that talks about jealousy, but I felt it. I was like, something's up. With that 5 of cups, we saw it earlier. This is why. Look at you. Hello. This is like that privileged lady, the privileged man. Okay. Shout out to you, Virgo. All right. I mean, we can really go into like, this is a part of the expansive energy that we were talking about earlier, right? It's so funny because y'all know that y'all old grandma pictures used to look like this. I'm not talking about grandma. I'm talking about like old, like in the 1800s. Okay. Some of you guys may have like old pictures of family members. And truly, people back then had this kind of like this dignity about them. They had this dignity. And I definitely feel that for a lot of you, you are going to be sitting real pretty, honey, because she's sitting in that carriage. And I like the fact that they painted this woman. It looks like she's kind of ethnic, right? It looks like she's ethnic. I mean, I would say she looks Black American, but she could also be something else too. She looks ethnic. And the reason why I say that is because really, it doesn't matter who you are. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to tell you? It doesn't matter who you are or what people's, preconceived notions are about you, baby. This is where you're going. This is where you're headed. Okay? Now, what this means here, when it comes down to this chariot, is like popularity of somewhere. I don't like to be popular, which is the reason why y'all barely see my face anyway. Okay? I don't like it. Okay? I've always been shy. But I'm saying, even when it comes down to your working career, let's start with that first. When it comes down to your working career, you do, however, love when people say, when you go to your job, great job, Virgo. You did amazing. But what happens when people say that you do an amazing job? It's not just talk, because a chariot isn't just about the talk. It's about the do. It's about the do. Okay? It's like someone is showing you something. They want to pedalize you in some kind of way. Do you want to become a lead here, Virgo? Is that something that you may want to consider? Do you think you want to, overlook this team? Let's say you have your own business. You had your own business, and for a very long time, it could be one of those things where, hasn't been going great for you. The Chariot card talks about being seen in some way, being seen. I think I gave you guys an example of the TikTok lady where she had a bakery shop, and it was in a corner of like one of those mini malls. She was pushed all the way in the back. She had these signs. The signs were so horrible. And people were like, yeah, you're going to have to change those signs, babe. So she did a little tweaking, which is what we were talking about. Remember, I've been telling y'all about tweaking, okay? She did a little tweaking. So she did something new with the sign, but what her best bet was the fact that she went on TikTok and people started tasting her food. And they were like, these are jamming. This is like off the chain. This stuff is good. And guess what happens when people say, when they can vouch for you? When people can vouch for your craft and your ability to do things, they're like, oh, I want a piece of that. Oh, let me try it. Oh, especially in Chicago. Oh my God. If anybody gets on TikTok and say anything about any food, like the lines are out the door. We had a Keith Lee one. You can barely get into one of these restaurants, especially if you guys are from Chicago. You know this, and it's called Cleo's. I don't even want to say it because that's how bad it went. Like the woman straight went off the map. Like it is literally that bad. Like it takes 3 hours to order. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You see how with one of the ladies, the only thing she had to do was tweak. And she posted. And so we're saying being seen. Both of those ladies were being seen. People saw that this was good and that they were good, and they went, boom. Now all of a sudden, baby her and her husband and all the rest of her family, they are going on vacations half the time. So that is your reality. And I don't know how it's going to be for you. I don't know in what way that is going to be for you, okay? Because everyone is different. Some people are nurses here. Some people are teachers. Some people, work for whatever, right? Like it's different, especially if you have your own business. I definitely see this for you. But I see it if you've been working at a company where people have already said that you've been great. Now that was just one card, y'all. But then it wasn't that. It was just the Chariot. It was the Magician. This was the thing that got me right there. You had both major arcanas coming out back to back. That was the score right there. I was like, damn, this is it. Because I always say that the Magician is like abracadabra. I always tell you that, right? And what does that mean? When you were a kid, remember, you used to go to these little those little shows, right? Circus shows, and they say it and they pull something out of the hat, and it's like, how did that come? Like, how did that happen? That's the reaction you're going to have to whatever this is for you. Whatever opportunity that is going to come in your life, that's what's going to happen. Well, how the hell did that happen? I don't know. God, right? Because this is, looks like it's preordained anyway. This is what the kids be saying God did, right? Truly. Because that's the only way that you can advance the way that I see you advancing. And some greater than others, by the way. Okay. I already told you guys yesterday, me and Beyonce literally born in the same month, same year, literally within like a few days of each other. And Beyonce is a mega superstar, right? And I don't desire that life like that. But I'm saying she is going to be experiencing the same thing in her way. Most of you here are going to experience it in your way. Even if you don't see it, you're going to experience it. Now let's get to the love. I had to talk about the money part because these two together is amazing, by the way. That's a beautiful combination. Okay? Chariot, Cancer. Jupiter right now is in Cancer. Where is that in your chart? Magician is Virgo, I heard, and Gemini. Virgo and Gemini. Okay? So I'm not really sure the combinations of what's happening there. We already know that the eclipse just happened in Virgo, and that Uranus is going to be, sitting in Gemini for the next 8 years. So how is that going to be for you? I don't know, but it literally is it breaks you out of prison. Uranus is the freedom, that's the freedom planet for the most part. Okay. Let's talk about love. Even if we were to go back here, what would this mean for you if we're talking about, what would this mean for you if we're talking about love and relationships? Remember I used the word pedestalize, right? Or put you on a pedestal, right? Imagine someone coming into your life and they look at you in this way. They view you in this way. And they treat you as such. That's why when I saw both of these for both things, I was like, damn, this is why you guys got people who are jealous of you, by the way. Because see, they don't know about the shit that you've experienced. They only know about the stuff that you get. They ain't caring about the story. They don't care about the backstory. They ain't caring about all that. But this right here is amazing because it's letting me know that there's going to be someone who's going to be worth your time. And Chariot is always a success card. Like, we're going somewhere. Like, this can go somewhere. It's on wheels, y'all. It's not even in a horse. It's on wheels. Even a horse could be okay, too. Okay? Now, and then you had the Magician. Now, see, this is the part that I like. Because the Magician in general is, like I said, abracadabra, right? It just pops out of the blue. It's just kind of like out of nowhere. It's kind of like, again, what? Where did you come from? And I love the fact that I know how you're going to feel. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. How you're going to feel. But you're going to be feeling real nice with this one. You're going to feel real nice with this one. It's going to feel a little bit different, right? Compared to the other people that you've experienced it with. Because again, I mean, remember, this is a manifestation card. What are you manifesting? We talked about it with the Three of Wands. You know that it's coming. You know that it's coming. You may not know exactly when, which is the reason why I said what? Let today unfold without expectation. Embrace the now. You know that it's coming. And I love the fact that it's like when you least expect it with this Magician card, you have no idea when it's going to happen. This is why this card came out saying, stop worrying about every little detail. Allow the universe to surprise you. And then this is what you guys get. You literally get the abracadabra card. You literally get the Magician, the manifestation. These things literally manifesting, not manifestation. Manifesting. So this is that believing. I know it's like, oh, we gotta see it to believe it. It's gonna happen. Okay. And I definitely see something strong here on that love tip. I mean, even with the money, it's like, even with the money, it just looks good all the way together. I want to pull one more card. This is for Virgo. No, I'm not going to use that. I wasn't feeling it. How is Virgo feeling now? Let's get that. I knew it was one. I always pull this at the end. I always forget. It's always the Virgo feeling now card. Let's get the Virgo feeling now card. Let's see how Virgo's feeling now. Virgo, you are healing. You are healing, Virgo. You're resting. Even though you ain't happy about it. You're like, I feel so unfulfilled. Oh my God, universe, please. Okay. You're supposed to be in that moment. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel, right? You're supposed to feel that before all of this stuff come up in here. Because remember, it says that you are learning something, or you have, right? You have. But you know that that resting, you know, when you at that rest period, you know, when you go on a trip and you kind of, sometimes resting could be good though. Okay. Sometimes resting could be good. Y'all, you know, when you be driving, let's say, and I drove, let me tell you how bad this was. I drove from Chicago all the way to Atlanta. You know, when you first start driving, and you be excited as hell. You got your friends in the car. I had my sisters and my friend, right? We in the car and they're like, oh man. We like, man, we can't wait till we get there. We all excited. And about 6 hours in, you're like, woo. You can't wait to get this over with. Can't wait to get this over with, right? You got to pull over to the side and rest. And sometimes the rest is good, but at the same time, it's the expectation that you got to get back on the road and drive another 8 hours. Like, damn, we got another 8 hours to go. Okay. So this is what I'm saying that's happening here with you guys right now. It's like you already know that it's going to be your journey. You know that you're going to get there. You are in expectations. 3 of Wands. We just talked about it. You're in expectations that you're going to get there. You're going to be so excited when you get there, right? But then it's like the waiting. It's the pause. It's the rest. But this is what God is actually giving you. So you'll know how it feels when you do get it. And I know it may say, sorry, I'm not looking at I apologize. I wasn't looking at the camera. I know that may sound like that weird, like, oh yeah, that's what everyone says type of thing. Because you guys already know I'm a skeptic. I'd be skeptical about everything. I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. What happens to you when they say what's happening to them? Well, it says that you see a light. Oh, I'm like, well, unless you done died and you ain't never came back, and then you came back somewhere else, and you can tell me that. But ain't nobody died and to live to tell. So can't nobody tell me nothing. Okay. I am a skeptic with stuff like that. So I'm not just telling you just to tell you. I'm telling you because this is what is here. And I know it's hard. And I know that you guys have been at a place where you're tired of waiting, even still here with the 4 of Swords. You're like, I'm just tired of waiting. You had it here with the 4 of Swords, got it here with the 3 of Wands. You're like, God damn, like, can we please get to the destination already? Come on now. This is why I said pulling the Four of Swords wasn't just about the weight. It was about that unfulfilled energy. Like, it's not that I'm just waiting, but I'm also not happy. Five of Cups, okay? I'm also not happy. Five of Cups, okay? With the Four of Swords. But this is the healing part. Allow yourself to feel it, which is the reason why it's literally saying, let today unfold and let go of expectations, because when it does come back up in here for y'all asses, then you'll be like, oh yeah, yes, it was worth the wait. I'm sure. What did you learn while you were waiting? Okay, were you taking care of yourself? Were you exercising? Do you have your plans together? Because y'all already know, Virgos, we don't have an excuse. We don't have no excuse to be all sloppy, messy, unplanned. We ain't got no excuse for that. That we have to be in our element. And if we are not in our element, then we're going to fail. You get what I'm saying? You have to be in your element. And I feel like the universe is trying to kind of like bring you down a little bit. Like, okay, just take a second. Take a second. What do you need to do? So I do see here with this whole this Four of Swords, I am seeing a rest period. Now, I don't think that is going to last. I think that this has been something that's been coming out actually even before the eclipse, right? So I'm seeing more so a healing thing. So I feel like it goes hand in hand. Okay, that's where you are at the moment. All right, Virgo, 40 minutes. I had no intentions on doing that. Okay. Virgo, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below in the description box. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment. Okay. My next opening will not be until Thursday. If you guys are interested, okay, it won't be until Thursday. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. If you have Sag in your chart, I will be doing that next. All right, love you guys. Bye.